General Barduani, thank you very much for sharing your time with RTV21 today.
First of all, allow me to thank you and thank your channel RTV21 for this tremendous opportunity to share a bit of information and to share our point of views on KFOR mission with your audience. So I really thank you.
Thank you very much. You resumed the mandate at a time of tensions in the north. A year later, not much has changed, except for the disputes over the bridge over the Ibar River that have recently somehow calmed down. From this perspective today, what has made KFOR's role difficult in this one-year period?
So, without a doubt, Kosovo has long been characterized by complex and interconnected challenges whose ramifications reverberate through the Western Balkans region. Among these challenges, unresolved political issues are undoubtedly the most pressing as they hinder the process of normalization between Belgrade and Pristina and affect the security of all communities living in Kosovo. That's why KFOR maintains a vigilant and flexible presence across Kosovo, well postured to respond quickly to any relevant development that could jeopardize the regional stability and the local security. We do that in accordance with our long-standing United Nations mandate by contributing, maintaining a safe and secure environment for all people and communities living in Kosovo at all times, impartially, and particularly in close cooperation with the Kosovo Police and the European Union Rule of Law Mission in their respective roles as security providers. Through our presence and daily activities, we also endeavor to maintain a security framework in support of the ongoing and relevant diplomatic efforts.
General, there are two perspectives on the bridge over the Ibar River. The first that divides Kosovo into two parts, and the other one that it is a defensive bridge. You came and the bridge was closed. You're leaving and the bridge is still closed. So is the problem still there?
I may add that also, even in my previous deployment to Kosovo in 2001 and 2015, the bridge was closed to the vehicular traffic. And for me, this means that the closure of that bridge is not only a security issue, but is mainly political in its nature. To clarify NATO's position on this topic, I may say that it has been clear, constant, consistent, and transparent throughout. Decision on the Ibar River Bridge in Mitrovicë must be taken through dialogue and in timely and effective coordination with local communities as well as with international community. In the meantime, KFOR maintains and will continue to maintain until we receive a different directive its fixed presence on the bridge and conducts regular patrols in the surrounding areas until a political solution is found.
General, all attentions is naturally focused in the northern Kosovo. KFOR has increased its presence, but I'm quoting a statement of yours, and you said, "The situation remains calm, but sensitive to a sudden escalation." Who do you fear could suddenly escalate the situation?
Let me underline that unfortunately, past but even recent events offer several examples of escalation. I can mention the recurring use of inflammatory rhetoric, the numerous unilateral actions, what happened in Zvečan and in Bajska in 2023, and the latest explosion which affected the Ibar Lepenc water canal in November 2024. KFOR's presence has been even more important in these challenging circumstances, helping to maintain stability, preventing escalation through deterrence and diffusing situations that could have led to incidents. While doing so, I deem it particularly significant to maintain constant and transparent communication with all my counterparts, including representatives of the international community, the Kosovo security organizations, as well as the Serbian armed forces, to strengthen mutual situational awareness, avoid misunderstandings, and in this way reduce the risk of escalation.
General, the Kosovo Police Force is there. KFOR is there. EULEX is also there. However, the concerns in public opinion in Kosovo are about further escalations, and as they say, Serbia's tendencies to destabilize Kosovo. Are these statements from Pristina based?
As a military professional, I prefer to adhere to facts, and in my role, I'm not at liberty to present any personal speculation. What I can say that Serbia is for sure a relevant country in the region, and we as NATO, we expect Belgrade to continue to fully comply with its obligation under the UN Security Council Resolution 1244 of 1999 and the attached military technical agreement. And in this way, we expect Belgrade plays a constructive role across the region. From KFOR's perspective, we continue to closely monitor the situation, maintain a visible and flexible presence and posture across Kosovo, and cooperate with both the Kosovo Security Organization and the Serbian Armed Forces. When it comes to Serbia, let me stress that cooperation between KFOR and the Serbian Armed Forces is very much professional and at excellent levels, as well as my regular contacts with the Serbian Chief of Defense, General Mosilovic. Once again, I think that these efforts are key to safeguard the regional stability.
Have you made it clear to the Serbian military and the state authorities what the red lines are in Kosovo in your meetings with them?
Yeah, let me underline that the red lines you mentioned are the ones stated in the UN Security Council resolution, and with a particular reference to the relation between KFOR and the Serbian military authorities, the ones written in the military technical agreement, signed by NATO and Serbia in 1999. I can add that our mission remains focused on contributing to a safe and secure environment for all people and communities living in Kosovo. That's KFOR priority. Of course, our units are present on the ground with the primary objective to prevent any significant risk of escalation. But if necessary, we are ready to respond to any relevant security development in accordance with our UN Security Council resolution mandate, and we have repeatedly demonstrated that we can deliver in this respect. The Serbian Armed Forces and all the stakeholders we interact with are aware of our responsibility as well as our steadfast commitment. Just to provide you with comprehensive information on this matter based on the existing procedures resulting from the military technical agreement, Serbian Armed Forces have the clear obligation to permanently inform KFOR of any of their development and operational activities near the administrative boundary line within the 5-kilometer buffer zone that we call the former ground safety zone. This helps prevent misunderstandings that could affect the security situation. Overall, this construct continues to work effectively, and I'm pleased with the level of steady and professional cooperation that KFOR has developed in this regard.
To be very clear, General, KFOR has its troops in Kosovo, especially in the north. The Kosovo authorities are talking about the concentration of Serbian troops on the border with Kosovo. If that is correct, then what is the level of KFOR's readiness to prevent any possible conflict?
First of all, as I said, the Serbian Armed Forces are to declare their presence and activities in vicinity of the administrative boundary line to KFOR, and they have always complied with this obligation. In this sense, I can testify that during my tenure, we have not observed any significant changes in their presence and posture. The second, KFOR maintains a strong and visible presence in the area. We constantly monitor the situation through a comprehensive range of activities, including regular patrols, observation posts, ground and air reconnaissance and surveillance. These measures allow us to maintain an accurate situational awareness and promptly identify any abnormal situation or development that could jeopardize stability. At the same time, as I mentioned, we maintain regular contacts with the Serbian armed forces, as communication always helps to prevent misunderstandings and to safeguard stability. Transparency, communication, and cooperation are the most effective ways to prevent any risk of escalation.
General, there have been many discussions and debates in Kosovo about why KFOR has limited Kosovo security force access to northern Kosovo. You are asking for prior coordination with the KSF, but in certain situations, wouldn't this force help increase security, especially in the northern part of Kosovo?
Thanks indeed for your question, because it gives me the opportunity to clarify this matter. In line with the existing commitments agreed by the institutions in Kosovo authorities with NATO in 2013, the KSF can only deploy to northern Kosovo with the prior concurrence of the KFOR commander. As KFOR commander, I welcome the KSF continued compliance with this commitment, recently reaffirmed in writing by the institutions in Kosovo. Regarding the possibility to increase security in the north, I can assure you that KFOR is well resourced and postured to perform it by its own. Nevertheless, the relations between KFOR and the KSF are of paramount importance, as also demonstrated recently when the KSF deployed the search and rescue team to Gazivode Lake under the authorization and control of KFOR. At the same time, cooperation between KFOR and the KSF continues regularly in full compliance with its original mandate and also with the involvement of the NATO advisory and liaison team that is the other NATO entity present in Kosovo. For example, this year we conducted an exercise called Golden Sabre, which featured the participation of the KSF personnel tasked with the safe disposal of toxic materials and clearance of explosive ordnance, both critical capabilities in the current context. I would also like to add, with particular reference to the disposal of hazardous materials, that with the support of KFOR, the KSF has also operated successfully in real circumstances and more than once in recent months.
Okay, but in this regard, let me ask you, it has been exactly 2 years since the Banjska attack. Many issues remain open, especially regarding Serbia's involvement in this attack. Why is it so difficult to determine what happened, when there were victims and when there are signs of it? Who do you hold responsible?
First of all, allow me to underline that Banjska attack, as well as the attack against the KFOR troops in 2023, are unacceptable, and the perpetrators must be clearly identified and brought to justice. I will not speculate or make accusation, but NATO has made very clear that this should not happen again. NATO responded promptly to such unacceptable violence, and in fact, we deployed up to 1,000 additional troops to Kosovo, allowing KFOR to strengthen its posture and deterrence, particularly in the northern part of Kosovo and along the administrative boundary line. And this represented the largest increase in KFOR personnel in the last 10 years, ensuring that we can continue to successfully implement our mandate.
But it was not only this Banjska attack that worried Kosovo. There was another attack, and you have mentioned several times in this interview in Ibar River. So when you refer to the sudden escalation, are you afraid that such events could occur in Kosovo again?
Yeah, regarding a possible escalation, as I said, KFOR remains well-trained and vigilant, ready to intervene and contain any threat or event that could compromise the overall security and stability, not only in Kosovo, but of the wider region. We clearly demonstrated on that occasion you mentioned when KFOR immediately, during that night, secured the area, deploying more than 250 soldiers and offered its logistical support, engineer capabilities, and disposal of explosives to the institutions in Kosovo. Subsequently, in coordination with the relevant local authorities, we were able to identify other critical infrastructure in Kosovo that needed monitoring to prevent similar incidents. In these cases, it's also very important to avoid provocative rhetoric that creates fear and fuels further tensions. This is the responsibility of all of us, and particularly of political actors.
I mentioned dialogue in the beginning of this interview. There has been a period since the dialogue between Kosovo and Serbia has stalled. You have said several times that it is important for both countries. How has this process also made the security aspect in Kosovo more difficult?
It's undeniable that unfortunately Belgrade and Pristina have not made significant progress in the normalization of their relations for quite some time. Even if during my mandate I have not observed the direct security impact of the current stalemate in the dialogue, we cannot exclude that the lack of meaningful dialogue risks to transform political issues into security issues. That said, as KFOR commander, I cannot help but reiterate once again that the European Union-led dialogue remains crucial to resolve outstanding issues, to achieve lasting stability in Kosovo and safeguard regional security for the benefit of all communities. As I've emphasized, this solution is ultimately political and not military. In this context, KFOR remains fully committed to supporting this process in close coordination with other actors of the international community present here in Kosovo.
General, the elections in Kosovo have not yet produced Kosovo's institution. And how much has this institutional vacuum affected security?
As you pointed out, the political situation may affect local security, and that is why we are closely looking at the political developments following the assembly election held in February. In this sense, KFOR will keep monitoring any possible evolution of the situation. At the same time, we join the international community in encouraging parties to seriously move forward.
Let me go back again. Is Kosovo ready to be part of NATO from your perspective, General?
This question is in reality beyond my realm. You will have to address this question to NATO's political leadership, as all decisions, including those related to membership, are made by unanimity among allies.
General, you are leaving Kosovo, and this is the third time since the early 2000s. This time you were at the head of a multinational international force. What will you take with you from Kosovo this time?
Let me underline that, as I pointed out in several occasions, Kosovo is a place I personally feel connected to. My career has brought me here in Kosovo 3 times for a total of 2 years and a half of my life. And returning as KFOR commander has been a privilege, but also a great responsibility. This region, let me say, is truly unique with its many communities, rich traditions, and strong desire to progress and improve. What I will take with me, above all, are the impressions of resilience and determination. I witnessed it, especially in the younger generations, committed to building a more secure and prosperous future. In this regard, let me say that KFOR is privileged to contribute to build that prosperous future through its effort for a safe and secure environment for all people and communities in Kosovo. That said, I would like to share my personal impression, supported in some way by the familiarity gained through my previous assignment in KFOR. I think that all people and communities in Kosovo share a single strong desire to live in peace, enjoy stability, and build prosperity. And the path to achieve this desire is not military, but political. Hence, KFOR's role is to define the framework for a real and sincere political engagement.
General, let me ask you back again. Considering the developments in the world, could there be a restructuring of the NATO force in Kosovo, given the fact that there have been statements about the withdrawal of US troops from Kosovo?
First, the United States has clearly reaffirmed its commitment to the alliance and also to KFOR through its long-standing contribution, which currently amounts to approximately 600 US soldiers. So I really don't see any sign of disengagement from the US. Second, I've recently shared my assessment of the security situation and the latest information on KFOR activities within the North Atlantic Council and the NATO Military Committee in Brussels, and a few days ago with the ambassadors of all the 33 KFOR troop contributing nations here in Pristina. And it will be up to our political leaders to determine the future trajectory of KFOR. What I can say that NATO's commitment to stability in Kosovo and across the region is firm, and KFOR remains a key pillar of NATO's engagement in the Western Balkans. A successful pillar, I may add.
General Barduani, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.